It was a last-minute decision for me to enter this race. I've had a cold, a pretty bad cold for the last week, and I'm finally getting over it. Hey, cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. This is stage 4 of the Flat is Fast series, and I like him flat. Oh, I can hear the cold in my voice. Well, this one is a little over 15 miles and about 450 feet of climbing. I can do that. What was really nice about this race is that the categorizations went from 220 points all the way to 330 points, and I'm at 317. I just happened to look at the same race an hour earlier, and that went all the way up to like 380 points. I'm just doing this one. I had a good warm-up with a couple of accelerations, but I could immediately tell that my repeatability was pretty much all but gone. At the start of this race, I made sure that I had enough power at the very beginning so I could stay with the front group. Now, we have about 82 people in this race, and if you've seen my videos before in these Zwift races, you know that I want to finish in the top half. Now, you may think that, the top half, okay, that's going to be easy enough to do, but if you have not seen my videos before, you don't know that I'm on the back end of 69 years of age. Jumping ahead to about 10 miles to go, the first third of the race was pretty uneventful. Well, except for me, as I was trying to use as little energy as possible trying to conserve because I realized I didn't have a lot of power to spare. But someone sure did, as that rider jumped away from the pack and seemed to be going for a sprint point, but we really don't have any sprint points here, so I'm guessing that rider's either warming up his legs for the final sprint or maybe testing the peloton, see who will go out with him, maybe form a small break that can stay away. But again, that's about 10 miles to go in this 15-mile race. I certainly can't do that right now. And if I was strong enough and I wasn't sick, I don't know if I still would do it. I'm still old. I don't think we increased our pace that much. That rider came back into the fold about 2-3 of a mile later. Let's now jump to right before the start of the main climb, which of course I didn't know was going to be there. Our pack of 82 long ago whittled down to somewhere between 45 and 50 riders. Pretty much all I'm doing right now is increasing my power to a level I can maintain, see how many people I can pass up, and see how close I can get to the front before it starts to descend. Because after it descends, that's it for me, at least in terms of being able to catch the leaders. Before the end of the year, if you don't include my X-block holiday training block, I was riding between 10 and 11 hours a week. In January, I increased that to 15, and that included a couple of harder workouts. Oh, before I lose total focus on the screen, pretty much I use up a lot of power trying to catch up to people. And right now, I'm just hanging on and just trying to get some energy back. And that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit. 8 days ago on Saturday, I did this 91-mile moderate endurance-paced workout. That evening, I could tell something was happening. The next morning, Sunday, when I woke up, I was incredibly cold, and I stayed that way all the way through 4:30 that following morning. A couple days into my sickness, I wasn't too worried about losing anything on my endurance because I had built up one heck of a base. But I was a bit concerned about the VO2 max workout that I had started and how much I was going to lose because of not being able to be consistent with that. Now, in the long term, it's not going to make that much of a difference, but I do have my race season starting in about 3 or 4 weeks. So during this past week, I've gone on a couple of longer walks. I did a super easy gravel ride in my backyard, so to speak. Then I did another one a couple days later with a little more regular pace, still easy. Then yesterday, I went on a 40-mile ride that was on the easy side of moderate endurance. It was a good workout. I woke up this morning and saw that I was still improving. That's why I entered this race. I now jump ahead to the last 2 miles. All of us have pretty much just been holding pace here. No one's been attacking. My main goal in any race, and certainly this one being slightly infirmed, is to finish in the top half. With 82 people in this race, that means I have to finish 41 or better, and right now I'm in the 45th position at back of this pack. So I have to beat maybe half of these guys to get into that top half. Now, this is the second time that 56-year-old Russell Soam from the United States has slipped behind me. It's as if he's just waiting that back there before he makes a run at it. At 327 points, he's literally at the top of the food chain in this race. As a healthy cycling Greek, I already would have attacked once just to whittle the group down, at least put them in hurts, and then I could recover quickly and go do what I needed to do next. But I don't have that recovery like I was mentioning earlier. Whether I'm sick or I'm not sick, I have no sprint, so I'm wondering what I can do next. First thing is, I'll attack early. And so when do I attack early? I'm thinking maybe 1 mile to go. But of course, as we get closer to 1 mile, I'm thinking, that's going to be too far, especially right now. I'm pretty confident that the sprint's going to be dead flat, as at 437 feet, we only have about 11 feet to go in elevation. We're coming up on that 1 mile mark I was talking about, and I'm sitting at the back and I'm thinking, this is a great position, but I just don't have the legs right now. I'm just not 100%. So basically, I'm staying back here. What's also going through my head is that pretty much everyone here has been doing the same pace, so they're probably resting a lot more. They're younger than I am. They're stronger than I am. At a certain point, they're going to be picking up the speed, and anything that I want to do, I won't be able to do. So right now, the speed's picking up. I'm trying to stay with them. I'm actually doing a pretty good job being in a position where I want to be. Looking at that little insert map in the upper right-hand corner, I can see they're all stacked behind me. So ordinarily, this is where I would jump, but again, I'm not totally 100%. As 29-year-old Brendan Walker from Canada increases his pace, who's been leading us out, so do I to stay with him. It's 0.3 miles to go, and I think I'm going to get jumped, so I just start to go for it. 0.2 miles doesn't seem like a long way to go, but for me right now, it certainly is. I'm in 37th position right now, and all I got to do is finish 41 or better. I can't even get to 350 watts. I see that cyclist up there, and he's coming back. So that'll give me an extra rider buffer. There's people behind me, and there goes one, there goes another. There's 400 feet to go. I'm standing now giving whatever I can. Oh, there's a 400 watts. 45-year-old Defeat Evans from Canada comes up beside me. Will I get him? No, he gets me. Okay, 39th place. Got my top half. Surprisingly, I increased my race score by 5 points. Went from 317 to 322. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video and you got something out of it. If you're coming out of sickness, just be careful. Don't necessarily do what I do. As always, remember, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.